Hey guys, thanks for watching Crafting with Kristi. This is a very long video. It's a little over 10 minutes long. I appreciate you guys sticking through me with it. This video is of the entire bit of the Dark Menagerie. It was a lot longer. We were missing 3 players, but we still made it through. Everybody came out alive. And they started a new campaign called the Land of Nod, and I'll explain that at the end of the video. So thanks again for watching, and you guys have an amazing weekend. Okay, this is just video I took of the entire board. You can see the whole thing. I was using my new tripod to see if I could get it to show the whole thing a little easier. And I'm just kind of like going over it. I'm trying to go slowly with it to make sure that everybody can see everything and see all the work that was put into it. The table's kind of large. I was kind of stuck in one position, so I had to move around a little bit, take a few more videos. This that I'm putting down, I made this last weekend. It's the DM Mace of Talking. Anytime I held it up in the air, the entire room needed to be quiet so I could continue the game moving on. I have 9 players, makes it a little hard to get everybody quiet. And again, I'm just kind of going through again. And this is the beginning. This is the 4 chamber where they started the game. There's supposed to be a bunch of stairs, but I took them out. And just built it like this. You guys have seen this. So here's the players just starting out. The next room they're going to go into is the jungle. And there's a giant tree in the middle of this jungle, and my players decided, like always, they want to climb it. So they climbed up to the top, climbed all up on it, and that little blue piece is actually a viper snake, a very large viper snake, and Kitty Rose decided to try to attack it, and her husband hopped up there on the top, wrapped a rope around himself, and just kind of like bungee jumped down and cut the snake in half. So I made sure to hang his little piece on there so that way you could see him hanging, just hanging upside down. After that, he basically just like climbed down from the tree. But it was really funny watching me stick him upside down. All the players got a good kick out of it, and I found it awesome that he used ingenuity to decide how to actually do this, to be able to cut this snake in half and effectively end the fight with the snake, because that was all it needed. Was he killed it in that one swing. So that's Badger. That's the name of his player. They're fun. Kitty and Badger always go left of center on me and make it kind of difficult with pre-made games to keep it interesting and fun, because they go so far left of center that I don't really have any room to run. This is the Mask of the Many. I don't know why the title did that twice. It's supposed to be really, really tall. There were a bunch of gremlins in here. A few of them are already dead. You can see the corpse markers. At this moment, Langer had been irritating everybody, and he's our newest player, so they were hazing him. So they just kind of, my husband who plays Raceland, hovered him up there on top of all that stuff without anybody knowing that there were 2 gremlins up there. But since they were already in combat, they kind of had to wait their turn. So he yelled down and told everybody that they were up there. And at this moment, Kitty Rose is killing, and then they decided to flip Langer upside down and put him up in the ceiling and spin him around. So I put him on top of my Red Bull can to, make it look like he was up in the ceiling. And the person on the left is my husband, who plays Raceland, and the person on the right is his nephew, who plays Langer. They like picking on him. So here's an overview of the entire board after they killed everything. Right at this moment, Kitty Rose was pulling some mithril ore out of the wall, which effectively ended the illusion, and they could tell that it was just a room filled with stone blocks. It didn't look anything like they thought it did. This is the gauntlet. This is where they went next. There was a fire elemental and an owl. The owl just kind of sat there chilling. They had to kill the fire elemental, who was kind of hovering up in the air, which is why there's that little block piece. And then there's also, here's Langer. He got an owl. He went and took the thing out of his beak and fixed it. No more illusion. Here's a deep sea. This room was covered in water. Kitty Rose got thrown into the water by one of the enemies and she killed it pretty quickly. And that was about the end of that. This shot is here, and I'm making it kind of long on purpose because you can see all of them standing in a row. Well, the person second to last is Ragnarok. And Rashakar, sorry, Rashakar. He decided he wanted to shoot an arrow past Langer to try to get it into a enemy on the other side. Well, he accidentally shot Langer in the butt. Right in the butt cheek. So poor Langer, he got picked on a lot. Ouch for him. Ouch is right. This is the waterworks. This is the room that took me a while to build. I took video of it, and everybody's just kind of like standing there. They kept thinking that the catwalk was trapped and our rogue is not here today, so they kept trying to trap check to figure out how it was trapped, what was going on, and what they didn't realize is that there was a lever on the other side that they just had to flick and it would have stopped the cogs turning and it would have stopped the water from churning around. But you can see all the detail that's in it now that I got it closer for you. It's all hand painted by me. Yay! I'm getting better at painting. This is the stamping mill. There's a giant block with a black pudding ooze on top of it, and that's the ooze, and they're just trying to kill it. That ooze was made with hot glue and then just painted black. Here's the Red Sky Desert. They were killing some scorpions in here. This was a pretty quick encounter. They just came in, marched in, murdered everything, took goo. There was nothing left to search. They killed it all and then just moved on like it didn't even matter. They said, see you later. This is almost the end. This is the Mask of Darkness. I did a little video on here. That hellhound looking thing is actually supposed to be a large scarab beetle, but that was about the only thing I had that was comparable. So they were fighting it. Langer is of course in front. He likes to Leroy Jenkins a lot of things. Again, very new player. I think this is like his third game playing Dungeons and Dragons, so hopefully we'll teach him. And this is the lair of the Sphinx. This was the end. There was a Sphinx in here. They freed it. They asked for a favor later. So the Sphinx gave Kitty Rose and Badger a feather, and all they have to do is call his name and he'll come to their aid and give them one favor as long as it's within this realm. Everybody else just didn't care. I think he gave Langer $20,000 in gold. So that was about it. And that was the end of the campaign, and here's the start of the new campaign. Okay guys, here are the players. They're getting ready to go off and talk to Lobrick. You can see the path I made. Most of this is going to be a little outdoorsy. I am going to make some rooms and stuff. With the path, I took Mod Podge and glitter and just spread it over top of the road after I painted it red and did a black wash. In the next few shots, you're going to see close-ups of the gnomes and close-ups of the cloud giant that I recently purchased, just specifically for this game. I know this sounds interesting. The Land of Nod. It's a spin-off of The Wizard of Oz, if you haven't guessed that already, which you guys are smart enough to guess that. So I know that you know that already. Here's the Cloud Giant. Here are the gnomes. The gnome on the frog is going to be Lobrick, and the other gnomes are just his minions. I need to get more gnomes. And I'm going to paint up the Cloud Giant to make him look all fabulous. That's going to be my first big miniature I've ever painted, so that'll be cool. So stay tuned next week. You guys will get to see a little bit more work going on either on the miniatures or on the actual stuff itself for the game. And this is exciting. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.